I start off the run by diving into Haran, where I immediately get my ass kicked and nearly die. However, residents of a nearby survivor group called the Tower saved my life at the cost of one of the best runners they had, generic runner number 3, whom I'll never forget. Oh yeah, and I guess the lady who saved me is called Jade, but I digress, no one cares about that. So after waking up, I meet another tower resident and Jade's brother, Rahim, who calls me lazy and sends me on a side quest. Now I know some of you might say that I failed the challenge, and that's understandable. However, I never attacked him. I was just gently walking to the bathroom when he slipped and fell on some water and soap moving underneath the overflowing bathtub and into the hallway next to him, causing him to fall and break his skull. I am innocent. But I go tell Rahim about this, and then he teaches me the basics I need to survive, i.e. the parkour. After I learn the basics, I get sent on a mission by a man named Spike to help with something, but I'm not sure what exactly. I was too busy staring longingly into his beautiful eyes. Anyway, this is where my personal mission and the run officially begins. I shrunk this way down, but it actually took me way longer, like nearly an hour to find a gun, because I forgot where it was, but I eventually found it, only to run into another issue. I don't have enough ammo to complete the mission, so I had to begin another long chase to hunt down some ammo. After I finally find some ammo, I cleared out the safe house, died to a biter because I'm trash, and turned on the power, and finally got access to the gear I dropped in with. And with my armor equipped, I remembered I had to contact the GRE, but I started thinking about something else when she was talking, so all I heard was burn and antizin. So, I stopped thinking, and just did what I was meant to do. Find antizin and burn it. But before I went to go burn the antizin, I needed ammo, and luckily after opening the first airdrop, the second one lands in the newly unlocked safe zone, and had ammo. Unfortunately, some thugs were guarding it and I fucked up mugging them, so I killed them, looted the ammo, and was now set to continue the next few missions, including my current one. However, it turns out I wasn't supposed to burn the antizin. It turns out part of my brain did catch what she was saying, and she said, "Don't burn the antizin, the guy who killed our previous group is hoarding it all, and we don't want you meeting him yet." But I guess I didn't catch all of that. So I go to meet him, and although he was kinda rude, his bodyguard was chill, so me and him became homies since he helped me strike a deal for some antizin. That deal being, if I do some jobs for Rise, then I'll get some antizin. The jobs included turning on the antenna so Rise could sub to me, just like you should, and to go get his protection money. After I did some protection, of course. After I did some protection, I of course go to return the money. Shortly after, however, I get an assault rifle, and what I thought would have been large crates of antizin, turned out to be only 5 vials. And when I went to tell Brecken, the leader of the tower, the bad news, he didn't take it very well. I guess I walked in on him raging, and what I could only assume is Halo 2 on Legendary difficulty. Luckily, before I had to tell him the bad news, Jade called me and told me there might be antizin at the school that Rice is using as a base. So I go there, and kick ass like it was my goddamn birthright. Real quick, I'm just going to clarify something for anyone who's wondering why I'm using the Greaser. It is a last resort gun. So if you're wondering why I'm using an SMG in the base game when I know you can't get an SMG in the base game, not that I know of, it is the last resort option if I run out of ammo. Now back to your regularly scheduled video. After clearing out the school, I find Jade in the basement opening up the last crate, and unfortunately, there was no antizin. But there was some explosives. And then Jade looks at me super sternly and tells me that Rahim wanted to blow up a nearby zombie nest, and we can't let him because he'll get himself killed. I agree to tell him, and then kill some more Rice's men. And now I do know I should have told Rahim immediately, but I decided to quickly visit the doctor, who I adopted as my grandpappy. However, I underestimated Rahim's stupidity, so while I was at the doctor, he went to blow up the nest, because nothing says I'm an adult capable of pulling my weight like getting yourself killed. When I find Rahim, he was injured, but he ended up arming the bomb, which left me only one option, to go plant it in the nest before it blows up killing us both. After escaping the exploding nest and feeling pretty badass, I returned to Raheem feeling pretty good, but he turned, so I had no choice but to kill him. I go to tell Brecken the bad news, and Jade overhears it and runs away. And somehow, because my luck is even worse, my recently new adopted grandpappy was kidnapped by Rice, as payback for me stealing his explosives. I go fighting my way into Rice's base, fight my way through it as well, and eventually find my grandpa, until the lights went out and they kidnapped me too, forcing me to fight in the arena. And my friends, I have some bad news. This is where I'm forced to fail the challenge, since there's no way to get a legit— Since there's no legit way to get a gun in the arena. But I first tried the Demolisher at least, and I'm not redoing all of that. Alright, that was perfect until that point. So, Rice started trash talking me a little bit here, so I might crashed out a tiny bit. But after that I escaped the arena, and then I passed the fuck out. After waking up, Brecken informs me of two things. One, Dr. Zara, which is the name of my grandpa, almost discovered a cure for the virus. And currently Jade has said cure, because she was delivering it to the convenient plot, also known as the other doctor. 2, the other doctor is on the other side of the city, and the only way there is through a group called the Saviors, who ironically end up selling me out, which makes me fight for my life, but I still managed to reach the other side of the city, named Old Town or Sector 0. I'm gonna keep it honest with you guys, nothing much happens here, so I'm only gonna cover the last 3 missions I think actually happened, since a lot of Old Town is just filler missions, sadly. In an attempt to get noticed by the outside world so they don't firebomb us, we ended up making a face out of explosives on a building to let them know, like, hey, that's not a coincidence, there's still people here. However, they just blow it up and ignore it. Oh yeah, and Jade also ended up getting kidnapped by Rice, so I gotta go save her to get the cure, which would be normal, but after I find her, something pretty weird happens.
God, please, not now. Crane, save these people. They don't deserve all of this. It's Crane! Oh, Jesus!
After that traumatizing turn of events and needing to put down Jade, which really fucked me up, it got even worse. I was forced to fail the challenge again because to hear the guy I thought was my friend try to kill me and took all my guns. So on top of losing 2 friends in the span of 5 minutes, I failed the challenge. Now after both those chain of events heavily fucking me up, I realized what I had to do. Now whether that was me being consumed by rage or bloodlust, I don't know, and I'm too scared to answer that. So I'm just gonna bottle that deep down and realize that all I have to do now is finally get my revenge and kill Rice, which I think he realized I was going to do, because then he tried to flirt with me for some reason.
That is what I had hoped to hear. Come, Crane.
So after his attempt to try to flirt with me to win me over made me even angrier, I decided that without any hesitation, I was gonna go kill him.
The healthy human mind doesn't wake up in the morning thinking this is its last day on Earth. But I think that's a luxury, not a curse. To know you're close to the end is a kind of freedom. Good time to take inventory. Outgunned, outnumbered, out of our minds on a suicide mission. But the sand and rocks here, stained with thousands of years of warfare, they will remember us for this. Because out of all our vast array of nightmares, this is the one we choose for ourselves. We go forward like a breath exhaled from the earth, with vigor in our hearts and one goal in sight. We will kill him.
hopefully all of you enjoyed the video. I know I enjoyed making it, and I really just gave up on making somewhat sensical plots, I feel like you can tell, and I just went full into overdrive, pedal to the metal on my random bullshit jokes / story that makes no sense. So hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button and comment what other challenges you'd like to see. And if you want to see more of me, subscribe. It's free, it helps me keep doing what I love, and helps me reach my dream. That said, I love each and every one of you. Have a good day, and most importantly, stay legendary.